Hello everyone, I'm Leon Thomas Lewick with your political news roundup for Thursday, February 3rd. A mixed assessment of the U.S. economy today from Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke. The Fed chief addressed the National Press Club in Washington. He said he expects the economic recovery to pick up this year, but the unemployment rate will probably remain high. As a result, interest rates are expected to remain at their historic lows, and the Fed will continue its QE2 stimulus plan. Bernanke did note the recent jump in food and commodity prices worldwide. He pointed to emerging markets and other overseas factors as being behind that rise, not the QE2 policy. Overseas, the unrest in Egypt took a new turn today, with pro-government forces turning their attacks not on the anti-government groups, but on foreign journalists. There were reports of security forces moving through the offices of news organizations. Most of the focus was on the Arab Al Jazeera and Al Arabiya TV networks. Numerous reporters, including some from the U.S., have been detained, with some later released. It's being called an intimidation campaign aimed at suppressing reports of the anti-government uprising. The moves brought an angry response from the White House, with spokesman Robert Gibbs calling the harassment of journalists, quote, completely and totally unacceptable. Back in Capitol Hill, Republicans in Congress say they won't give up the fight to repeal the health insurance reform. On Wednesday, the GOP fell 13 votes short of getting repeal passed in the Senate. Lawmakers did, however, vote to repeal one section of the law that drives up costs to businesses for information reporting. After the Senate vote, Texas Republican John Cornyn called the move the first steps in a long road that will culminate in 2012, a reference to the next national elections. The fight for and against the health care package will also take place in a different venue, with supporters and opponents expected to take the question of legality of the so-called Obamacare package to the Supreme Court. In fact, Virginia's Attorney General today asked the High Court to speed up its consideration of the case. Ken Cuccinelli said the fast-track request was unusual, but the case is important enough for the High Court to move on it now. Two federal judges, one in Virginia and one in Florida, have ruled the requirement by individuals to buy health insurance to be unconstitutional. Two other federal judges have ruled that requirement is legal. That's your political roundup for Thursday, February 3rd. I'm Leon Thomas Lewick. Stay logged on to rttnews.com for more on these and other political and financial news stories throughout the day.